These teams obviously don't have much of a match history against each other. There's no storyline to build up. This is Team Secret coming into a big tournament, and they gotta prove themselves like anyone else. Mm-hmm. So this is a chance right now for some of these Tier 2/Tier 3 teams to really see where they match up against some of the best in the world, and that being Secret, one of the best out there. And, well, they get a nice opener to lead things in, probably one of the more dream starts. You get Chen for your puppy, and now Shadow Fiend for your Arteezy.
Yeah, Secret, one of these teams that's very hard to ban against with those first two bans, because they just have so many core heroes that you don't want to play against. They ban out Wisp Sniper. I think those are two heroes you definitely don't want to play against. So leaving in Chen Shadow Fiend, you got to pick your poison. Duza, they go from a blast from the past. First pick Brewmaster. Really don't see that too often these days. We've been seeing him more as like a fourth, third pick, somewhere around there recently.
Yeah. This is a throwback.
Yeah, if he's in the mid, I think it'll be a little tricky. Against Shadow Fiend, that's a tough matchup.
Yeah, it used to be back in the day, Brew would be a first pick, first ban, and you see the other team immediately counter with like a Skywrath Mage, and they followed up with their Faceless Void, which, hey, Void could still be a possible option. Now picking up a Witch Doctor, there is bits of synergy there. Maybe Duza trying to take something out of the book that's been kind of dusted off a bit for quite a while, and seeing if they can make the best of it here, because you got to understand there probably is going to be substantial amount of pressure in the early game now that a Chen's on the field, and Brew's got to be one to kind of be able to withstand that early onslaught. Or they look to kind of go aggressive themselves and add the pressure on someone like a Shadow Fiend here, maybe with their own personal secondary support, someone who can kind of get a lot of mileage on the map and keep the pressure built up.
Mm-hmm. So next band's coming out, the Jug, as well as the Quap, taken out by Duza. Team Secret, they ban out the Bristleback. Okay. Thinking about this fourth ban a little bit, may have to delve into the reserve time. Good to see all those L giggles coming out. I like it.
They've banned out their own Bristleback, which is something they like to go for in their own axe.
Yeah, that's sort of peculiar. Like, are they really afraid of the Bristleback?
So what are the other common go-tos? Typically Queen of Pain, which has been banned out from Duza. They banned out the Jug, something that's been completely ignored from most teams. But you know who's in there and has not been touched? The Troll.
Oh, the
Troll. OP Troll. And let me tell you, last night I had a series of games, and pretty much all of them had Troll in it, and I just hated it. I just don't like Troll anymore. I just am done with the Troll.
Out, so.
Okay, good. I'm done with it. We don't need to see it. It's gotta go. So they get rid of it. So other fallbacks, S4 has been playing a lot of Wind Ranger lately, and that is still there. It works good against Brew Split, because you pretty much are going to be, set up for an ideal shackle shot. But Rubik is going to be the secondary support grab here for Secret.
All right, Ruby Tuesday.
The one and only, one of the masters of Rubik himself, we get the privilege of seeing here. The K-God.
Yep.
Kuroki.
Good old Kuro.
They have a set for him and his Rubik. He better be good.
I love to see... I love that Kuro's back on support, because we get to see him on Rubik. That was one of the first real heroes that I saw him on when I started casting. That was just ridiculous. He's just a top-notch Rubik player, and when he's playing core, you just you never get to really...
He's said himself that he would rather play a core, but supports are just hard to come by.
Yeah.
So he's been relegated to the support position, where he does a wonderful job. I mean, Kuroki has got to be one of those players who's good pound for pound. He can play multiple different positions very, very well. In the early parts of Secret, when he was running like your Medusa, your AM, your single-core farmer, he would definitely bring his own. And now when they've gotten their recent roster change, they've put him back on that support position. And, well, they've found their way for sure. But Duza, they want to be the ones to answer the problem that has been Secret as of recent. And they're throwing together a bit of an interesting lineup here. Their third grab is the Wraith King, and now Secret pick up an Earthshaker. Is this a core shaker?
Yeah.
A lot of teams have been rolling with the off-lane shaker. We've seen Empire do it in the hands of Yoki. We've seen Willies or Will EZ do it recently. And I think Secret are going to be hopping on that bandwagon here.
Yeah, the off-lane shaker is pretty strong. Similar to that Clockwork, you can get some fun creep equilibrium going your way. You can usually find at least a fast level 2, pretty quick level 3. Should work pretty well. They could alternatively safe lane the Shadow Fiend and put the Shaker mid if they want to try that matchup. He should be able to do okay against the Brewmaster. Lena, the fourth pick for Duza. Wraith King carry. I got to see that yesterday with Purge in the American division of StarLadder 12.
Are we sure yet this is a carry Wraith King and not?
Well,
it could possibly be a support Lina.
Yeah, we're not sure. For some reason, I feel like it's a core.
That's fine. Yeah.
But this last pick will be very telling. With Lina and Wraith King, a lot of flexibility.
You said that you got to cast a core Wraith King.
Yes, we did yesterday. I'm trying to remember which game it was. It was okay.
Wheel and was it that game?
I have to look at the.
It was an NA game.
It was. Yes,
North
it
American
was
teams
NA.
still, from time to time, can be pulling out core Wraith Kings. I know Leviathan in the hands of Shredder. He loves going Wraith King. He's gotten like a Radiance Wraith King from time to time and been able to make it happen there. But
yeah, and that in that game it was against the Doom. So obviously one of the better carries to go up against the Doom.
Yeah. It's good against this, if the Shadow Fiend likes to go Yules and likes to be one of those that can delete a hero, Wraith King is going to be hard to go against. Lina is one of the Yules picker herself. And Yules is good against a Yule Shadow Fiend because, from what I've seen, you can quickly time a Yules after he Yules you. And even though we're doing a little bit of the Yules on Yules action, you can prevent the Requiem from getting out in time, and you could save yourself with it. So.
Yeah, but if you're the Shadow Fiend at the same time, all you have to do is pump fake it. Once Alina uses her Yules, then I was going to say Yuleses, but I don't know if that's quite right.
But yeah, no, I hear it. There's some mind games there.
It is. It goes back and forth. It is a cheeky little thing you can do though. Now Storm Spirit picked up by Secret. So that'll be their final core, and Weaver from Duza Gaming.
Man, this Duza lineup, look at it. Brew, Wraith King, Weaver, these are picks you just don't see very often recently, and they're kind of like pulling these things off, dusting them off, and letting them kind of feel it out right here. For Secret, though, I have to say, not a lot of big frontliners here, with the exception of maybe a core Earthshaker to be their initiator to lead things in, and Chen's army. You have no one who's kind of like there drawing attention from the front. Lots of initiation game, potentially your blinking Shadow Fiend, your blinking Earthshaker, and of course Storm Spirit, The pick potential is certainly there. Thriving mid-game is certainly in order here for Team Secret, but with this Duza Gaming lineup of these interesting picks, you really never know.
Yeah, it's true. A decent game for the Weaver. Both him and Storms thrive in similar environments when there isn't a huge amount of lockdown. No silences for Secret, but they've got a lot of burst damage, so I feel like they can still deal with this Weaver okay. We've seen Weaver really fall out of favor. I feel like he suffers from Morphling Syndrome a little bit, where he just takes a little too much to come online, and the more trendy carries right now are those more like the Shadow Fiend that can do a lot early on and then also have a big presence in the late game. Weaver, a little bit more one-dimensional in the sense early on he doesn't really do a hell of a lot, very squishy, and can't really get combative until he gets that first round of items to his name.
All right, no surprises. To going right into our first matchup of this best-of-3 series, you're going to see Duza beeline it towards the Secret jungle. Secret coming into this match, they actually preemptively drew a circle at the same mark we saw in the last series where it went to Disasterville for the Dire side. This time Secret feel a little bit more confident rather in the level 1 game. Here they go, Zyori. They're going to cross paths.
Like deja vu all over again, but this time the Kush Monster's there to break it in half. 2 on the high ground, a few down below. The Raze is doing a lot of damage. First blood goes to S4.
Oh!
Going to be taken down as well. It's a 2-0, but this time it's the Dire that hold it.
Hello.
Very nicely done.
How are you?
On the run, Akasmo going to live, but what a start for Team Secret. First blood goes to the Storm Spirit, and the second kill goes to Mr. Steal Your Girl. I believe that's Artur Babayev. On the Shadow Fiend, off to a great start.
That is just something you should expect. I mean, Secret knew they wanted to come. They had sentries on hand for Puppy, for when they were going to be inevitably moving into the jungle. Duza, they go into the dark, and were unfortunately welcomed with a nasty surprise. Most of the Secret squad there on the high ground, ready to go. So I mean, I don't know really what you could do to play it different. If you're Duza, maybe look for a smoke play, come in from a different angle, a different side. Yeah. But that's not the play you want to make, and now you hand over a really nice early boost to Team Secret.
Especially walking into a Shaker. If there's any other support there, that can go completely differently. But having this to block out the high ground where the team's split in half, that is just hard to deal with. If you don't have a strong captain that says either a bold retreat or a bold commitment, you end up in that half your team runs in, half of them run out, and you're in that little choke point. It's dangerous.
I can't quite remember what the bans were exactly on the side of Secret, but this is where I feel, because they clearly are going to be going with more of a support-sided Wraith King, that maybe they considered Ancient Apparition in this. You got Chen, who's got the heal and sustain that you could have gotten rid of. Plus, Ancient Apparition works beautifully in the laning phase with Weaver.
They did not ban out the Ancient Apparition.
So it could have been something to consider, but Wraith King seems to be something they're more comfortable with here in the hands of at least Follow Christie for now, as they go with early harassment dives onto the Kush Monster, Who's that again? Zai?
I think that's Zai, yeah. So Zai's playing a core shaker here, it looks like, in the safe lane. Down bottom, they'll do a lot of damage to Zoof on the Brewmaster. Good body blocks from Kuro as S4 tries to chase him down. He does have a static remnant. There's the telekinesis. This should be another kill. Make it 3-0 out of the gate as this off-lane Storm finds another kill with the support of the Rubik.
Oh, man. S4 off to a dream start. He gets that first blood to lead things in, comes into his lane, set up the big bully, and continues to be one here. He's got the early recipe for a soul ring, so without a doubt the bloodstone could be on his agenda, and with a start like this, he might just blitz forward for the bloodstone and try to get charges early on and be a real big nuisance.
Yeah. A couple different options for S4 here, but finding all this early farm will definitely bode well. And conversely, slowing down the Brewmaster, you put him in the safe lane because you want to secure that fast Blink Dagger, and I don't think he'll have quite that. Duza with the aggro try. Wraith King, Witch Doctor, Weaver. It's sort of a clunky tri-lane. You've got two good supports with really great stuns for fighting, but then this Weaver who can do some follow-up damage. But so far, 1v3 going pretty well for the Kush Monster.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking about the possible trade-out of AA for Wraith King, but maybe if they even did it instead of the Witch Doctor, at least you'd have the Wraithfire Blast to help lock down with a Cold Feet and work from there, but... you know, this is all just theory crafting for now. It's them trying to deal with what they got in this tri-lane. Now they're going to make the dive. They go on to the Kush Monster. Mr. 388. Is he going to be taken down here? Right clicks. Maldek's going to even connect here. But it's only level 1. He needs more attack damage. Fissure going to fly out. This could save him. He has a salve to heal up thereafter. And Zai should be fine. Oh, there it is. Gem Knight. They catch him out. Salve going to be used and going to be stopped. Oh, they're going to get him, if they can find him.
Got a totem. So he's creating a lot of space here. Hits him with a totem. He will die to the Weaver eventually. They're going to have a little slugfest, do as much damage as he can. Axmo gets the kill, but that takes them a lot of effort, and that's time that Weaver's not really farming. Still, a kill is great news.
Aw.
Zai making the most out of it, it feels like.
Puppy looked like he tried to get him stuck in there, but because he had the Sakuchi, he was able to walk on through that little tomato creep and be fine. Looks like we're going to have a bit of a lag hiccup here for the Secret Squad. We'll wait out that bit of a hiccup and get back and underway, but you got a 1-3 to lead things in. Duza do get themselves on the board, and I did as well.
Yeah, it looks like this. Look at the manly PA here. Look at those mutton chops. Got my loading
the Hugh Jackman special, I like to call that PA right there.
Oh, it does look like Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
Skinny Hugh Jackman.
It's a lot of hair, man. Look how big that braid is.
Yeah, it's a little funky. It's an interesting
and like the
set.
Skinniest waist you've ever seen.
It's not my favorite set. She is a little top heavy, isn't she?
Normally that's something a lot of people complain about in their women, but yeah, I can see it being a bit of a problem.
I complain about it with
here.
my digital women.
Yeah,
my IRL women, not as much. But
the immersion is just not there with a set like this.
Yeah. Well, hopefully the server has not completely dropped here. But not feeling so good.
Yeah, it's an awkward start. We're making the best of it. The nice thing is that Duza do recognize that they can be a bit more aggressive with attempted ganks like that, even through the tower, because who's going to come and help them? You know, I mean, Puppy's not going to really abandon the jungle this soon to get back in and make it started. But yeah, everyone's slowly reconnecting. It looks like the Valve server might have pooped itself a little bit.
Oh, Sparky the Wonder Hamster. Oh no, they forgot to feed him again.
He's got to get back on that wheel and get running.
Well, Brewmaster, he's being telekinesed right now, but there's no graphics. It looks like he's just flying on a broom. Slightly phallic imagery there, but still a very odd
Wait,
time.
what? Let me see that.
Look at this Brewmaster going to showcase mode, and
ooh, he's happy to be here.
Well, he looks happy right now, but he's going to be very sad in a moment when he comes back down from telekinesis right into a remnant from S4.
Yeah, and S4 has a soul ring ready to go. He's taking a page out of the new non-vortex build Storm Spear, where you just go for raw damage, and when you have like a telekinesis and something to work with for your lockdown, it's not too much trouble. And Brew could have trouble getting away. Has Clap ready to go, could slow them down quite a bit, but S4 is level 4 and Brew is level 3. So could be hard.
Brew is really in Strug City. He doesn't even have boots yet, and if he doesn't die here, he'll be pushed back. He's only got one Tango left. I think regardless of what happens here, they are sacrificing this Brewmaster for the good of the Weaver. And at least Weaver is farming. At least he's killed Zai once now, so that's a step in the right direction. It looks like Puppy having some trouble reconnecting here. Man, can't we just have like one day of good servers? I feel like every single day there is some kind of an issue with somebody getting DDoSed or somebody's computer going slow
Yeah, tell
or
me
the
about it, man.
servers dumping. There's just an array of issues, and it's just a little sad.
It's a little silly, unfortunately, but
Come on, internet.
What can you do about it? What can you do?
We need to move to a fiber hood so we can get that Google Fiber.
Yeah, they just need to take over the world.
Yeah,
They want to do self-service now, too. Did you hear about that? Google?
I believe. I mean, Google wants to do everything. They
have
want to-
cars.
They
Cars
want
that
to
drive
own
themselves.
every
internet.
piece of data imaginable.
Like, can you imagine? You like wake up in your Google bed. I got my Google phone service. My Google wife.
My Google bed, dude. That is
My
the
Google
Google
butler.
dream. I think that's.
And
All
then
right.
I
We're
go
gonna
out to
switch to
my
the camera
Google car.
feed here. We're gonna be good little boys. So you're gonna have to stop slouching. Dakota's in lounge mode here.
I'm
Just
like full lounge mode here.
well, yeah. I don't know. Google that's their game plan, man. So I wonder if there's still people out there that don't understand the Google business model and they wonder why are they giving all this stuff away for free? Look at all this free email I got. And little do they know, it's
Google
because
Drive,
they're
yeah.
collecting all of your data and selling it to people for a premium, so they know how to market to you. Why do you think when you go on Amazon, it's like, hello, sir, are you interested in toothpaste? I saw that you might have purchased toothpaste on another website.
Yeah.
Where do
Let
you
me
think
get your tinfoil hat over here real quick.
Dude, it's serious business. Think about it. Google has the corner on the market with Chrome now.
Yeah.
How many people use Gmail? You've got Google Voice. You've got all these other services. They've got a lot of data.
That's all great stuff.
It is great stuff.
Their drive is beautiful. Their mail has been fine.
I love it.
I'm
think
sure
it's a
their
fair
internet's the best thing ever. Their cell service would probably be great. The cars are apparently never crashed. It was the only crash that their Google cars had was with someone behind the wheel actually
trade.
using
The only time a
it.
human touched it is
Yeah.
when it crashed. When are we
Like-
going to have a Google airline? That's what I really want. I feel like that could be
But by that point, they'll probably have like Google teleport pods.
Google hovercraft, you know?
Well, that's a good question. Okay, let's say they had let's flash forward here, and we have the technology, and you
many
had two
years?
options.
How
They
many
still have
decades?
I don't know, like however long it takes. Let's say
Okay.
20 years,
All right.
and there's still planes for flying. So you have the option to kind of go on your airline. Maybe they reduce
Still
the flight because they've brought out teleportation, and you could teleport directly to where you want to go. But it costs like a shit ton of money, like $2,000
Oh.
to go from California to New York.
That's not a shit ton for instant travel. Like you walk in the portal, you come
You can
out
only
the other
bring
side.
one bag.
Only bring for $2,000. Oh, dude, I feel like they would sell out. They would sell out.
$5,000. Think that'd be too much for California to New York or vice versa?
California to New
For
York.
one person, $5,000 instant teleportation. You don't have to worry about flight or anything. Of course, like all
That's
the
not too
1%
bad.
are going to be about
if
it.
You're, it's more going across continents. If you could go across continents for $5,000 like that instantly, dude. For some people,
cross continent's going to be like an easy $20K.
an easy $20K, dude. Some airline tickets cost that much.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
if
I
you're
mean,
flying first
like
class-
$2,000. Yeah.
Yeah, you can,
$3,000.
Well,
yeah.
even like the lounging seats, like the layback ones, you know, the really nice ones, those can be upwards of like, you know, $15K, $20K, depending on where you're going, what airline you're flying. So you've got like the time efficiency of teleporting plus the comfort of you just walk into your meeting without having to. That would be. Can you imagine if you could just teleport to another time zone?
Would there be
jet lag?
Would there be jet lag?
I was just thinking that. I feel like there.
I mean, there would
has
be
to
instant jet lag because, like,
Yeah.
I mean, unless you took the day ahead of time to adjust your schedule.
Acclimate, yeah.
This is
I
never
don't know.
happening, by the way. Unless Google gets it together, I guess.
It's a fair trade. My point is just nothing. There's nothing for free in this world. By using all those free services, you're giving up your valuable data. You are valuable as a source of data. They want to know what
It's
you're shopping
technically
habits are.
free. You're just
Sort of.
something's happening.
It's free-ish.
Yeah.
You think it's free. That's the illusion. It's free-ish.
Oh well, dude. If I get great email and people out there find out that
Oh well, dude.
you know I like I don't know.
What a business model, man. I love it. I love that Google can build this brand so that, like, most, you know, you think about, like, Instagram or Facebook and how people are like, I don't really like them using my data. But then you go to Google and they do the exact same thing and it's like, but I love Google. But they give me all this great stuff and Facebook's useless. So it's like they've built this paradigm where even though they've got the population over the barrel and they're raking in billions, we all still love them. What a
Yeah.
damn, dude. That's the dream.
Apple's almost the same way too.
A little bit, yeah.
People are kind of like, I don't know how
Apple's-
hip I am with Apple anymore.
Apple's weird. You know, I'm starting to like more Apple stuff. I still don't use the OS, but I have an iPhone. I have an iPad. I use iTunes as my primary music catalog. I just DC'd again. Looks like the servers are really pooping the bed here, so we'll try to reconnect. Puppy still has not been able to reconnect.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hopefully, we don't have to cancel this great matchup, but
God.
or postpone it rather, not cancel it. But
Yeah. Still
And
no
I'm
word
sure
from the
Secret would want
admins,
to. They've already had like a really nice start here, so hopefully we get back underway. Meanwhile, if you need any spare game codes or any digital goods, G2A is where it's at, my man.
esportsbets.com. Foresight, passion, and calculation. So
Wow.
I could do the next voiceover. I'm ready, dude. I've heard that video so many times, I feel like I could recite like half of it from memory.
Do you think that if you had the opportunity to do that, you would be able to nail it and you wouldn't hate it after like the 3 times you heard it?
It's hard to say. Every time, I have not done that much, like, I don't know, voiceovers or voice acting, whatever you want to call it. I've only done a little bit.
We did it at StarLadder,
I did it at
remember?
StarLadder.
We had to do the
was,
team introductions.
That was fun, except like they handed us a sheet in broken English, and they were like, "Here, this is the read." So I read it. I'm like, "All right, we're gonna have to change a few things." And they go, "Oh yeah, sure. We thought that you would try and update it and do your thing." So you're like sort of going off this broken English and then putting in your own flair. It was challenging, but it was fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But I always feel like I sound better than I hear it back. Like when I did the voiceover for
That's always how. That's like, I don't know what it's called, but that's like the whole like in-ear thing. Like you hear yourself like, I sound pretty cool, and then you hear yourself in recording like, oh, I sound like a bitch.
But I don't get that feeling for
I sound
casting
terrible.
anymore. Like I used to feel that way with casting, but now we've got better mics and stuff. And if I watch a rebroadcast, that's what I sound like. You know, I don't feel like it sounds that disproportionate. But like when we did that the StarLadder voiceovers, especially on the video with the StarLadder set,
Yeah.
I did one read, and they said, okay, that was pretty good. Do it a little faster and with more passion. So the second one, I was just like, and StarLadder, we'll have a set with particles.
And then you listen to it, it's like, and StarLadder.
Exactly. In my head, I'm like, damn, that sounded really fucking sick. I listen back, I'm like, damn, I sound like an Oompa Loompa. What the hell happened? Can we crank up the bass on this thing or something? Like, Jesus.
Like, what's happening? Where's the vibrato or something?
Yeah,
like, I'm feeling like I could do movie intros here, and then I listen to it, and I'm like, I shouldn't do children's
books. Can you guys
books.
use the EQ and like in the post really make me sound cool? Because I feel like I sound like a member of the Lollipop Guild. I just, so I don't know.
One StarLadder.
One trident to rule them all. I don't know. I would like to do more voiceover work though. I've always thought that would be really, really fun.
Yeah,
it
me
seems
too.
like value. I mean, I don't know exactly how the pricing goes, but I feel like it's value time. I've always heard that actors like Billy Crystal or Robin Williams that do the voiceovers for Disney movies, that is value town, where they get paid a huge amount of money, and the work relative to doing a regular movie is like a third.
It's challenging though, because in normal acting and stuff like that, you have someone to work with in-house, and you can bounce that energy off each other.
Yeah.
Voiceover work, you just do all your stuff.
You're just
maybe the producer will like read the other person's lines, but you're not getting the whole kabang. It's just like, yeah, I'll be there in a moment, and then you have to like use that and make it like a final cut. It's hard.
You're having a conversation with yourself,
and you're repeating and repeating and repeating, and you have to make it different each time. And
it sounds fun though. It's something I'd love to have an opportunity to try in a more professional style. I mean, at StarLadder they kind of said, "All right, good, try it again." I'm like, "All right, is that good?" They're like, "Yeah, sure, we'll make it work." You know, it's not quite the same as doing.
And then you hear it, and next thing you know,
studio.
it's the next Corsair Gaming, and everyone's making fun of you, and it's over.
Yeah, Corsair Gaming. The esports bets video that LD did though was a little rough. Apparently, he did multiple takes, and they chopped it up, and he didn't really send the selects. He just sent everything, and he didn't like some of the pieces that they used. So some of them, his esports bets were his foresight, passion, and calculation. And at parts, it sounds like he's making fun of the video. Where he's like, "Earn real money," and you can tell, like, I'm just picturing him like, 12,
shit-faced grin.
Earn real money, yes. I've got an earn right here.
Oh, disgusting.
Oh, full sellout, boys.
Oh.
Well,
so touching base.
And
This
still
is
DC.
one of those things. Like, I don't even know if they can. I mean, we're not the admins for this, so
I don't
we
know
if
what's
they're
going on.
counting
We
the
have
clock,
absolutely
but this
no
is,
power,
This
I'm
is
sure.
clearly not on the player's end or our end. This is a Valve server end thing.
Yeah, usually the pause limit is about 10 minutes. For StarLadder, it might be 15. We're coming up on that window. If there's some way that it can be proven that this is like a network issue or something like that, it might be a little different. But we'll see. I don't know why.
Why don't you hit buttons on this thing?
Reconnect.
Let's show. Is there a schedule? Is there rosters?
We can.
Is
do
there
that.
crabs still?
Did
Did they remove all the fancy?
Oh, you got crabs. Let's see here. Where are the crabs? Let's see.
There they are. They're
All
down.
right. Crabs. All right, we got to wait for the thing to update here. It's a little slow. Come on now. Come on, Krabby Patty. There we go.
Oh, my God. Whoa. Look at that guy. Whoa, is that a knife?
Line them up and chop them down.
Whoa.
Whoopser. And then you can just get a blitzcrank in there if you really want to.
What we need to do, we need a way that I could trigger those. So that, because you're on camera. And, we can't have fun with stuff like that because you got to, do the camera and everything.
Look at these pictures. Look at Undershock. Is that a weapon?
Weck looks like he's like 4 years old.
Yeah, that is not the best.
This guy challenged.
Well, and then you got Limbo, who's just like, you don't want to know my secrets.
These are some handsome guys right here, and they're ready to play some Dota.
Yeah, it's a very candid shot of his eye. Look at him. He's just in that zone of, you do not want to see my brood mother.
He looks like a
You
straight
do not want to
shooter.
be matched up against my brood mother.
Stone cold right there.
Yeah, he's a stone cold
Him
killer.
and Funnick, man, they have game faces, that's for sure. They have game faces. Not like Arteezy.
Well, let's take a look at team number 1 here. Let's delve into the production features a
Boom.
little bit. Team Secret, there they
There's
are.
no secret, they're freaking good.
And it's no secret
That's
that
not
no Talon Flyer,
yeah,
no
that's
Walker on
that's
this
no secret.
team.
That's not the team. Okay.
Hey, did Secret get a new logo? Is that their
Yeah, this
new
is
logo?
this
That's
is
nice.
the newer logo.
Newish,
It's
yeah.
pretty cool. It's
78%
pretty cool.
win rate. Some baller stats here as they've played pretty well in StarLadder.
Wisp, Puck, Tidehunter,
Apparently,
Elder Titan.
StarLadder.
Oh, this is StarLadder play.
Yes, this is
That's the-
StarLadder
yeah.
lifetime statistics. This is what
Yeah.
StarLadder loves.
Oh, we're going. We're going. We got a game again.
Game here, showing game. Let's do it. Okay.
Okay, here we go.
All right,
bottom
so-
lane. What happened? They're making the go onto
Oh,
Zoof.
yeah.
Zoof's in trouble, Brew. You forgot about it. We all forgot
did.
about it, but
Zoof-
it's
Ooh,
good.
he lives.
He
Okay.
made it away. All right.
All right. Good.
I can't believe we made it over that hump.
Yeah. All right. So Puppy able to reconnect. Good news, Bears. How are the other lanes doing? Mid seems to be pretty even. Under Shock and Arteezy farming away. And within a couple of CS of each other, Lena doing pretty well, harassing Artor pretty aggressively, but still able to hold his own in the lane. Looks like Puppy finds himself a Wild Wing Ripper in the jungle. Nice, efficient farming here. Already level 4, holding on to a couple skill points, only 2 in the Holy Persuasion. Looks like Puppy, despite being DC'd, off to a pretty good start in the jungle.
In mid lane, I gotta say, Undershock not doing too bad considering Arteezy had the bit of a boost early on with that big level 1 engagement, and he even got a kill. Not the first blood, but he got the second one thereafter. He's matched on CS, and Undershock is definitely keeping the pressure on him with this Lena. Lena could be one of these heroes that a lot of teams consider going to when you're stuck in this matchup against a Shadow Fiend.
Yep. So, checking in on the other lanes. Yeah, we're still very early in here, so not much has happened. This try lane for Duza, the aggro try against the solo Course Shaker. They've picked him off once. So far, the Kush Monster, a.k.a. Zai, has done a pretty good job making space when they've tried to dive him. Already halfway through level 4, so all things considered, having a pretty good time. Secret more than making up for it in this off lane, where they are completely shutting down the Brew, and S4 getting pretty close to free farm. Already 1-0 and 2 in terms of his KDA. Here we go, another go on to Zoof. Kuroki starts off with the telekinesis. They have the overload. It is this new Storm build where you don't go Vortex. This is how Storm's been doing it, and maybe limits a little bit of kill potential here, but still, Zoof forced back to outer regen. Kush Monster up top. He's getting dove here, Dakota.
Yep. Oh, man, 3-on-1. No one's going to be there.
The cast bounce is back.
Yep, he's
That's
done for.
unfortunate.
He is done for. So,
That's just
hey,
bad luck.
Duza putting in the work here top lane to make up for a bit of a staggering start, knowing that Shen's going to be occupied in the jungle and help is nowhere near as they're occupied bottom lane. They're trying to make him pay, and we are out of the game.
All right, come on, Slark.
Oh, boy, I really wonder how that engagement went. They were making a dive again onto Zoof there in the bottom. So, Brew, will he be alive when we get back? Did all the players DC? The answer is to come in a moment's notice.
Every time you say Zoof, I feel like you're about to say Zeus, and I instantly think, there's no Zeus. Oh, wait, that's the Brew.
Yeah.
It's very confusing.
Zoof.
Zoof. I like that load screen, man. You got that courier looks very angry.
Yeah. It's got nice teeth for a donkey courier.
I don't know how my load screen got put on. Oh, I need to turn on the StarLadder HUD, too. Shit, I forgot. I should have done that during the pause. I forgot. Now, we might have a pause here where we can take a look at it.
Unfortunate. But
Wah,
this is the bed
wah.
that we lie in now.
Come on, Slark, Dark Pact off this lag. You know, Slark's teeth really don't make a lot of sense. He's got this, like, snaggle tooth.
Why
up
would they
here.
make sense?
Yeah, but look at this one. Like, why? Who has
Snaggle
teeth
tooth.
like that? Is it from eating all those fish?
The fish on his shoulder has nicer teeth than he does.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Alright, we're
in,
back
and
in.
the game is paused. Lena's dead, was dead. Bottom lane, Zoof has some life, holding his own. Everyone's getting back into the game, so it was obviously something across the board. But looks like overall everyone's been able to reconnect back into the game, and we should get underway. So just kind of analyzing what the hell's happening here. S4 is nearby from this Witch Doctor. He's got eyes on this 6-minute rune, which will be popping up from both sides. So S4.
Let me double check here. I
Almost
got to
headed that
report
way.
that in-game audio isn't working. And look at that. It's a bump by. It's working. Come
Look,
on, man.
remember, guys, you probably need to switch the broadcaster slot, like go to someone else, come back to us, but, it's definitely working. I just saw you do it. I see our mixer board, everything's lighting up.
Yep,
but,
everything's good.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Apparently, the report came from one guy in Twitch chat who was probably just trolling. So we're not gonna.
Okay, thank you. That one guy. Yeah.
I need to put on my StarLadder HUD though. Let's see. Can I do that real quick?
Yeah, you got time. We're still paused over here.
So my armory. I'm pretty sure I have one. StarLadder.
There's a lot of hats you got
HUD.
there.
This is the season 10 HUD, but okay. Equip the player loadout. So that's gonna. Does that? All right.
No, you have to do it. You can do it right there in game, can't you?
How do you make it update?
Oh, make it update? I
think you have to wait till the next game before it updates. All right, well, for next game we'll have the proper HUD. Sorry about that, folks.
What if I reconnect with the HUD on, and then maybe you can switch to it? I don't know. From the in-game shared content. I don't know. I don't want to risk it right now.
Yeah.
The way this is going, I disconnect. There's a chance I couldn't make it back in. Yeah. Whatever. It is what it is. So.
All right, well, I guess
so
we'll go back to our pretty faces here.
Hi.
Hey, hello, friends.
Hi. Hello.
Give me a moment here. I got to tab into something else. Ugh.
Well, we got to talk about Team Secret a little bit.
We did get to talk about Team Secret.
If you want, we could.
All right, we got to switch back
let's show our Duza squad what they've been rolling with in recent StarLadder history. What they're
Team 2. Okay, yeah. Come on, Team 2. We can do it. There we are.
All right, StarLadder TV. Boom.
Limbo, Zoof, Axmo, Weck, and Undershock. What a scary lineup. The logo is pretty cool. I like the Duza.
Yeah, Duza's pulled out some upsets in their days. They've been off the radar, at least from the games I've gotten to see. But they're looking to keep their name, their strong logo strong.
Their strong logo strong. Okay. So, do they not have any stats here? Is this the?
What else they got?
I don't see any stats. No, last time it just rotated over and the stats went.
Okay.
I think right. Team 1. Yeah. See, they've got this cool lineup. I guess that's what happens when you don't have any history as a team. Team statistics error. Okay. Well, that's great. Yeah, there's not too much else here. I guess we can compare some players. We could compare S4 and Limbo. Nope, I got a player statistic error. Oh, we can't compare anything because they don't have any stats. So the short answer to your question, Dakota, is no.
Well, I can look at that. Well, let's look at Dat Dota, and you can see the last time a Dat Dota recorded Duza game was back in May of 2014. Yeah, that's over.
That is a really.
That's long freaking time ago.
That's like 10 months ago.
Almost a year ago.
Yeah.
The last time Duza is on record, at least worthy of a Dat Dota. Unless I'm looking at the wrong squad here. That's not even their logo. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong squad here. Well, Duza Gaming, right? Yeah, this is them. Let's look at who was in the matchup here. Captain Love, Iceberg, Capron, Legion, Limbo. Limbo is the only same one, right?
I think so. Limbo,
so this is like a pretty new.
Unless some of these are names that have changed. I don't recognize Iceberg. Capron is a name I recognize, but I'm not sure where he ended up.
The last match was against MYM. Yeah, like I said, back in
ESL Frankfurt qualifiers.
So these teams, they're dusting off the Dota gloves for StarLadder here to get back into it. What an opening day and an opening first match for Duza. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to StarLadder. Listen, you're going against Secret.
Yeah.
So have a good breakfast.
Have a good breakfast. Sorry, I'm tabbed out here working on getting all of our stuff set up.
What are you doing over here?
To us here.
Oh.
We're working on some
fancy production.
Let's see. Crap. Which scene did I click on? Man, we're about to just do this production value style here because
as far as in-game goes, they want to try. They're going to be trying here momentarily.
G2A.com!
Whoa!
The best video game store ever!
Stop yelling at me!
I didn't mean to do that. Sorry.
Jesus.
Whoa.
We're going.
Oh, God. Oh, wait. I'm on the wrong. Okay, there we go. I was going to say that's our camera. All right, there we are. We're back in the game. And
they're giving it a try,
they're really testing my production APM here. Okay. So everyone's ready. Gonna have some fun. Puppy says maybe I want Wraith King. Yeah, and pretty easy hero to play with the lag. And nah. Puppy says nope, this is impossible. It's starting to feel like this could be post.
So it's it's gonna be either they try a load, they could try a new server that hopefully, but you gotta remember Secret's rolling with what Artesian and I know Zai's not American, obviously, but I don't know where they're all trying to connect from for this team. It's like a hodgepodge of different locations. So they might not have good ping on other servers, and if it doesn't work out, they could end up, taking a rain check on this game, postponing it to a future date.
So it looks like,
which is unfortunate for Secret because they had a pretty strong start, with that first blood, second kill.
Wait, are you guys lagging? Oh, well, I guess Artur just woke up from his nap. This is not fun. Only flow.
Why is there ping? I'm trying to look here. Well, everyone, for the most part, it's bad. 200 to 300 ping, roughly. Maybe the smallest being like 99 ping for Kuroki as we speak. Everyone else is in the 200, 150, 233. Lag versus lag, go. The classic matchup. Zoof calling it out right here. We're going to get back underway. It's only 6 minutes into this matchup. I know it feels like it's probably been a lot longer, but it's 4-2 advantage for Secret, and now they're going to make a go under Wraith King. They pull back his Majesty, and they make him take a knee, as they will bring him down immediately. Limbo could be next up. Ball lightning forward. Boom! Got him. Double kill for S4. How you doing there, Duza?
So on the resume, they get a nice double damage up on Storm Spirit, and 6-2. They're in great shape. They've given up on this aggro try. Axmo, he's almost level 6. They're going to let Zai find some farm, and this safe lane is just more than a disaster now. Brew is 0-1 only, but he can't even find level 6. He's going to lose his tower before he can find level 6.
Hard stuff right now. Duza going to take that TP back right now. I actually almost thought he canceled the TP, but he did make it in.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is the right call to rotate supports down and try and protect Zoof, get him something, at least secure his level 6, but now you let this Core Shaker get a lot of space. Zai finding his level 6, he'll get a decent amount of CS. Weaver will get some space too, but you don't really want to let an Earth Shaker just free farm. That can be very scary, quite potent. Puppy has a couple sentry wards here.
Here comes a Twista. Gotta watch out for it.
Okay, he's got 2 tomatoes on their way, but they're pretty far off. They might have a go here.
No, they'll have to hold it back. He does get a hold of a troll right now, so he's got the net to work with here. So Weaver has to be cautious if he is going to be stuck on his own with supports trying to give backup to bottom lane, where you got your S4 who's now level 7. He's got the robe now, so it could be stopping off for the Orchid on way towards the Bloodstone. And then your Storm Spirit really becomes a bit of a nuisance here.
Yeah, I mean, for Orchid, we've talked about it before. It's all about the timing. 20 minutes, is that like, maybe you should have considered something else. 15, you're doing well. Before 15, you're living the dream, basically, as a Storm. You should be able to find a lot of pickoffs at that window. They'll just rotate towards mid. S4 and Arteezy, they group up, and there's a ball lightning forward. Haystrewn onto the Shadow Friend, and Undershock should die here. He lives a little bit longer than planned. They find the kill, but Arteezy has to go in deep for it. Gets stunned up by Christie. Is he going to die to the tower shots? He's bottling. He'll live, but just barely. Meanwhile, up top, Axmo dives onto the Shaker, gets another kill on the Kush monster. And, all right, kind of a 1-for-1 here. Lena for Shadow Fiend, but now the pushing begins. They group up mid. They've got a Wild Wing Ripper, a Dark Troll for those extra skeleton babies. This Tier 1 tower taking a lot of pressure.
Yep, certainly is. So, following through with a good pickoff and an objective thereafter. Secret Gaming just kind of showing their cool, calm, and collect. A send back to the base now as Puppy will help out Arteezy in saving that bit of extra gold. Puts him back. He's got a Yule's now complete. 9 minutes in on your Shadow Fiend. That is Arteezy setting what we call the standard.
The new standard. Even Puppy, look at this. 9 minutes. He almost has a mech. He's halfway to the recipe. Pretty incredible Shen farm this go-around. He'll have another camp here. Utilizing that tornado has really helped his bottom line. Now on the top, Axmo taking some harassment from the Earthshaker. Maybe just trying to bait here, but he will use the time-lapse. Zai stuns him under the tower, gives him the totem.
No Hand of God on Puppy, so he can't help him from Global. Yule's going to be there.
Catches him with the telekinesis. Fissure up in 1 second. If they can stun him under the tower, it's a kill. I don't know if they have the damage here. They do just barely.
The stolen Sakuchi as well.
Nicely done. Well played by Kuro.
The Grand Magus himself, man, getting it done. Good quick rotation to the top, and Zai dances around the bait. forces Weaver like, oh, maybe if I just step back a bit, I can get one quick attack off and finish him off. But now they get on to Undershock here. There's going to be the lift, pull back. He gets the LSA off, but can't get away. It's Kuroki now on a killing spree, getting the kill there. Arteezy gets a couple of raises off on the way out, and it's being 2-for-1 trade all day as they do lose Puppey.
This Shikuchi steal has really been boding well for Kuro. Now he can get very aggressive, scout around, just harass, and really not feel too scared about it. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, S4 finishes off the Tier 1 tower, finds the last hit, as Axmo tries to get a little recovery farm here. He's got an Urn, Aquila, some good value items, but still doesn't really provide a hell of a lot. Now Limbo caught in the telekinesis, easy set of rays, and it's actually Zai that snipes that last hit with the fissure.
Pretty happy about that. He's been the only one that's really taken the beating for his team this game so far in this top lane. So going with the Soul Link Tranquil, something we've seen PPD do when he plays his more support Earthshaker. You got plenty of mana to work with, and you get the regen from your Tranquils plus great move speed. But there you can see the dive happening bottom lane, a little bit of harassment onto Axmo. And S4 will promptly pull back as he does not quite have the Orchid yet to really seal the deal.
Back up top, Requiem channeled onto Zoof. There's a slam dunk. Telekinesis, more than enough damage to bring him down. But now the Death Ward, Undershock drops the Laguna, brings down Arteezy. Now Zai will try to TP home, but it won't happen. He gets interrupted, and it's a double kill for Undershock. Finally, Duza get a nice trade and punish Secret for their aggression.
Much needed kills right there. Puppey tried to help out with the Hand of God, but was not going to be enough. They get very, very greedy right there to try to finish off that Tier 1, get themselves into a fight.
I wanted to say a nice net worth trade for Duza. 1,500, yeah, that's okay, but they're already behind by about 7,500 net worth and nearly 5,000 XP. So it is a little pick-me-up, but a long way to climb before they start.
At this point in the game, to have that much of a boost on Secret, even after losing that fight, is a big deal.
And now the mech is coming out on Puppey, so they're ready to continue this 5-man and keep the tempo high.
And S4 is going to have his Orchid pretty soon. He's already got one Oblivion Staff, got the robe for the next one. I imagine things are not going to be slowing down. Once he gets this Orchid, he will just go on a tear, trying to get quick picks, taking down your Weaver, taking down your Witch Doctor, taking down your Lina. The only one who can really hold their own, your Wraith King and your Brew, who have their ultimates to try to stay alive. But if you're using these ultimates in a defensive way, then you're doing something wrong.
They're going to rotate bottom. Looks like they want to kill Axmo. 2-1-1 on the Weaver. No, maybe not. They'll just go right into Roche. Okay, smart play here. They know that Duza don't really want to fight in the pit. They can avoid it. They'll be able to bring it down pretty quickly. Presence of the Dark Lord makes this a lot easier. Meanwhile, S4 up top just looking for a deny on this tower. And misses it. Whoop, little miss time there from S4.
Whoops.
Not a big deal, but a little unfortunate.
Oh, LSA's there. Careful. He's going to obviously make the small jump. Undershock not going to get that one easy, not without a Yules.
So, still space created, though. S4 just trying to bait him a little bit. Keeping one on the map makes this Roche play a lot less obvious. Goes down, Shadow Fiend gets the Aegis, and Duza go, oh, wow. Didn't see that coming. Axmo stunned up in the mid. Long-range ball lightning. Shikuchi soon to expire, but not soon enough. Oh, Zai is going to walk right into Limbo. Did they actually have the damage to bring him down? There's your stun from Flo.
Oh.
Now the Death Ward and...
Time out. Play on. Zai's dead.
Well, nothing Zai could do about that one. Walking up to the high ground. Not expecting the opposition to be there ready and waiting. They've got ward coverage as well as a sentry. Nice pickoff.
Nice pickoff indeed.
Nice.
Very nice. So 7-11. Duza know that they are on the back foot a little bit here as Secret were able to finish off that Roche. They now have Aegis in tow, and they can kind of control the tempo of this game. So even though the Aegis was acquired, Duza are like, well, let's pressure mid lane and maybe see if we can get a tier 1 tower, while Puppey can't not see anything.
Yeah, some of these pings are pretty poopy. Nobody in the double digits even. The lowest ping is like 130. Now, Kuro's actually got 100. I think he's got the best ping here, but... yeah, this is tough. This is, I don't know if it's just a beat server or if all the servers are having issues right now. Puppey says he shall try to restart. I cannot see anything. It's not game.
Pretty important to see stuff when you're Chen, you know?
Yeah, I'm going to go with that. Axmo. I'm not sure what he's asking him here. You know? You know, man? Just the generic, you know.
Says it's not game, but I don't know if I agree with that.
Hard to
Might
say.
be
I mean, us personally, we've been dropped out of this game at least 3 times now, so it's not just Puppy having issues for sure. And of course, we're on different continents, different sockets, all this kind of stuff. So I would wager it is not just an issue specific to Puppy, but I don't know. Maybe there's some sort of routing issue from where he's located right now. Who knows? I'm not a networking expert. That's what the cyborg's for. Now Kuro DC'd.
So Zari, so you've been playing a bit more of the ranked games behind the scenes. How they've been going?
Well, I guess we should switch back to our faces here, since it's going to be probably another girthy pause. I gotta sit up straight. It's been going terribly, although the last couple games has been a little better. Man, my pubs have been awful, and I'm not one of those people that is really into like, man, my stupid teammates, they keep... All the people that complain about solo queue not being fair, it's solo queue. It's not supposed to be fair. You got to deal with 4 randoms on your team up against 5 randoms on the other side, but I feel like there's just been a huge increase in the amount of games where somebody DCs early on, somebody rage quits at 15 minutes. The lower I get, the higher frequency of abandons there are, which is not something I was quite expecting.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm talking about difference of
it
like
works
200
both
MMR,
ways too, because like
mid-tier.
I feel like I'll go into like an 80-minute game somehow and it ends up being a loss. So you hate your life then.
Those are frustrating.
And then you go into the next game and you finally have a stomp, but you stomp so hard that someone abandons at like 8 minutes in. You're like,
that wasn't satisfying at all.
now I got my
wanted to
win,
actually
and
win. Yeah.
I just played an 80-minute game, and now I have to play an 8-minute one with my win and just nothing.
The biggest gripe that I have with solo queue pubs is trying to communicate to my team in the like anywhere from like the 3 to 4K bracket. The sense of urgency. That is like one of the biggest knowledge gaps. And people are pretty good at farming. They know what the heroes do. They understand the general strategy. But I often find my teams falling into that trap where you're ahead by maybe like 10K, 15K, around that 25, 30-minute mark. You're doing well. The other team has some more carries, and your team's like, oh, we're great. Let's just sit back and farm, and we already won, basically.
Yeah. We got a triple kill. Let's go back and farm.
And trying to explain to them, like, guys, we need to break high ground. They have 2 Midases. They have a life stealer. They've got an Invoker. We're not going to win the late game.
It's 25 minutes in. We haven't taken down a tier 1 yet. Let's do something.
Well, like, even if you take in tier 1 towers, like if you have an aggressive team against a team with carries, you need to have some racks down by 30 minutes. That is just like a really good rule of thumb. That's about the time the carries will start to take over if they have, decent farm. And communicating that to my team is just nigh impossible. I don't know. It always just let me get my BKB. I'm like, every minute we wait is a minute they're getting stronger than you.
I love hearing about the problems for people with high MMR. They hop into the game and they're like, listen, what you got to do is just tell them your MMR right off the bat, and they'll respect you. I'm like, I mean, first off, we would all laugh at you.
I can't do that.
They're like, hold on a second here. There it is. I'm mid. I'm like,
put that in your pipe and smoke it.
I mean, to be honest, if I'm in a game and some guy's like, listen, I'm 6.5K, I'm like, dude, do whatever the hell you want. You tell me what to do, I'll be there.
Dude, even if anyone in my game exclaims confidence, they're like, I'm a really good invoker, let me go mid. I go, all right, if you say you're good at it, by all means, man, I'm happy. I like supporting, too. That's my other... I like to play Dazzle, and there are a few things more frustrating than when I'm Dazzle, and I'm like, go, and my guy gets to half health, and then he starts to run away. I'm like... I don't know if you understand what I can do, but I can save you very well. They don't have any armor. You see that weave debuff? It's like half duration. You can 3-shot him. Just run in. I got your back, bro. And they, maybe they played with some shit dazzles. They don't trust them. But.
The same thing happens, though, with, like, Omni Knight. Like, I'll play, like, a good amount of Omni Knight, because he's a good MMR farmer, let me tell you.
That's what Slacks told me. He's like, you want to climb your MMR, pick Omni Knight.
It's really
won 2
easy.
games.
The problem is that then your cores and carries, they're like, we're winning. And then they go off and fight, and I'm like, guys, the reason you're winning is because we have Guardian Angel to like save your ass in these fights. So they go and they die, and they're like, what's happening? Why are we in front? I'm like, because I'm like, I can't run that fast. You're just like, let's go. I'm a Slark. I'm gonna blink, pounce, dive, and I'm like, guys, wait up. I can't get this Guardian Angel and anything off. And obviously, I've been pretty selfless. I'm not. I can't throw together an Agnums right now. But.
Yeah, that's my biggest headache with playing Omni Knight is convincing my team to group up. I'm like, guys, really, we can... Oh, are we going to go here? Okay, we're going to play...
All right, enough of our small pleb MMR problems.
All right, good. I'm glad we're back in it here. Let me get to our...
Stupid casters talking about how they got trench tier and I'm 8K Reddit MMR.
Yeah, I know. Nobody likes hearing our stories. So, they're going to micro the Micromaster. Puppy is DC'd. Secret offered to resume. And, well, we'll see how this works out. Secret, they're holding on to this big lead, feeling confident here. Ooh, under shock. He's invisible. S4's smoke gets broken. They know there's something nearby. Do they have any detection? Sentry wards? No, they don't. Aegis is on Artor. Don't forget, Spirit Bomb onto the Brewmaster. But they juice S4 with the laser. Now the follow-up is here. Christie maybe in some trouble. Axmo goes down straight away. Big dunk on the backside. And now Mr. Steal Your Girl. That'll be the end of the Aegis. Christie comes back to life from the reincarnation. Maybe, just maybe, they can go for it here. They can. Wraith King's down. Puppy now getting focused. They're using him to bait. Axmo comes back in. He bought back for this. Can they bring him down once more? Puppy goes down to the urn of all things. Now the Cushmaster falls to the Death Ward.
Puppy
Not the clean
DC'd.
fight that Secret wanted. He's been DC'd. He never came back.
Was he not there? I mean, someone was controlling the creeps very well in the back line to keep some lockdown.
It was probably Zai.
Yeah, someone was doing it.
As soon as Zai died, it's like, all right, guys, I got Puppy. Don't
They
worry.
were keeping Limbo the Witch Doctor in check along with Undershock and Lena. The problem is there wasn't a fall with the lockdown, but S4 is now making it go into Axmo here. Jumps back, jumps forward, gets the kill.
There's
It's going to be
the
Kuroki moving in. Secret kind of showing like, hey, we can do this with 4. No problem.
Nicely done. Okie dokie. So, an awkward fight, but Secret do find the advantage at the end, a very small one at that. And forcing the Weaver to buy back, and then he dies again. That really hurts his economy. So can Secret win this 4v5? I think so. With this lineup, they've got some pretty serious momentum, but they'll have to try and close this one out, of course, sooner rather than later. Once Zoof gets a Blink Dagger, things will get a little more difficult. He's about halfway there. Shen has reconnected, but we'll see how long Puppy can hang around.
People who put a lot on the bets for Secret, knowing it could have been an easy result. Maybe a bit nervous about these DCs, but top lane, Undershock, the one who should be a bit nervous, getting caught out from S4. But a turnaround Yule slams down the LSA with the Laguna Blade follow-up, gets the kill, and now an Unleash of Fury comes out from Arteezy as he dominates with the Requiem right there.
1 for 2, maybe 1 for 3. Weaver in the Yules. No, follow-up's not going to be there. Mega kill streak gets ended, though. The Shadow Fiend picks it up as he kills the Lena. So he'll get a nice net worth gain for himself. Yeah, almost 1K worth of gold. All of a sudden, Arteezy has a Blink Dagger and another 2,400 gold to play around with.
But Puppy's back. Maybe not seeing anything, but maybe his team can make the community call, and he'll have to do the Ray Charles Chen this game. Try to make the best of it for now, but now Secret with their full 5-man squad up and at the ready here. They're still up and ahead, 17-11. Early look at the net worth. You can see that they're up by about 7,500 gold, and the items start coming together, and it's time to go, boys. We got the smoke popped out. Secret blaze their way towards the other side and hopes of maybe a pickoff here in the top lane with the rotations coming out. This could be this could be bad.
Dire Vision, here you go. They see a few of the heroes. They see at least 3. Now they see 4 as it gets revealed. Axmo shows himself. The cast doing a lot of work onto Kuro and Zai. Kuro forced to retreat right away. Blue splits come out. Rubik goes down. And I think Secret were hoping for just a wraparound onto the Brewmaster. Little did they know that Duza were ready for it. They had all 5 heroes nearby ready to rock and roll. Now Puppy will get left behind, put up in the Yules, brought down, stunned up, and now he is put 6 feet under. 2-0 going the way of Duza. But S4 is split pushing, so maybe this is not quite worth it, but he will have an Orchid coming out pretty close to that 20-minute mark, actually.
Yeah, you could just tell they were hoping to get an easy pick on the core there in the bottom lane. But those TP rotations coming in from Duza, I don't know if they premeditated it or what, but it's certainly worked out in their favor. They get the upper hand here in the top lane. Bottom lane, though, S4's been split pushing, adding pressure towards his tier 2. He's got 2 Oblivion Staffs. Orchid about complete. And then he can look to keep on going forward. Wow, jump forward. Hey, nice rune you got there. It's mine now, S4.
Rune alert.
From the bottom lane. Makes a long jump to get a hold of it.
Up top, they're going to go into Undershock here. Arteezy sets it up, but Flo nearby with a Wraithfire blast. Fissure stuns up Aftershock. I meant to say Undershock. There's all sorts of shocks here. All right. Artor does not steal the girlfriend yet, and he'll head back to safety. This Lena, boy, she's getting scary here, Dakota. 1K gold away from that Aghanim Scepter.
Yep. Second in net worth only to Arteezy on his Shadow Fiend.
The big outlier here are the supports. The Secret supports have a lot more farm. The Core Shaker was really far ahead. Now the Witch Doctor is starting to catch up a little bit, and of course that Chen's still very far ahead. He's even ahead of the Brewmaster at this point. And, well, Kuro, he's even ahead of the Chen. He's turned into more of a core Rubik here playing the 3.
It's been a hard game for Zai.
Oh, look at Kuro. He's going to an Ags here. No Blink Dagger. Ag's first item, and he's also just 1 piece away.
And so what does he get from that? Brew, split ultimate works nicely. Lena, obviously. Death Ward.
And the Death Ward. This is a pretty good Ags game, I have to admit. And you get that super long range. We can't forget, it's not just about the Ags upgrade, but getting that big range.
But is it more important than mobility, or do you feel like that's just like a bit of confidence? Like, we're getting so much gold and so much farm, I'm going to get an Ags first.
I think it's a combination of, they already have Blink Dagger initiations, so he can kind of sit back. You get the huge range, and
that's true.
This is the greedier build. If you need Rubik to initiate, you go for the Blink. If you have someone else to do that and he can sit back and just capitalize on the spell steals, I think it's a combination of having Blink Daggers and also this is a particularly good game for an Ag.
Yeah, if it was something like there were Tide Hunter or Enigma Black Holes, then you probably put a lot more in the positioning of being able to take spells like that. But this one, you probably know exactly where the Death Ward's going to be coming from.
Plus that
mid lane, Yules, stun, Laguna, Hand of God going to be there, Maldic to follow it on up, but with the Fissure coming through from Zai, that makes for a good escape right there.
And Maldic comes a little too late. Nicely done, though. Good all heal from the Chen. And Invisibility Rune will keep him okay for now. Arteezy going for a Scotty here. Looks like he just wants to beef up. Smart build against the Lena. Knows a BKB won't save him, so he's just going to go raw stats and try and survive the burst damage as he did there.
Puppy not going to give Arteezy the mech, unfortunately. Maybe because he's invis, but might need to consider healing him here if they want to make an engagement. He bottled.
He just sends him back.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay, he bottled Puppy and sent him back.
Yep. So
he could always TP back to the bottom lane and or mid lane rather.
TP mid.
And be good to go from there. So
Secret will slow things down a little bit, holding on to the lead they've carved out for themselves. We'll see what that timer is on Roche, but they should be able to control the next one pretty easily. They've got a good Roche lineup. It'll be a fast respawn of only about 20 seconds past the initial timer. So if that is what they're waiting for, could end up boding very well for Team Secret. Still haven't seen S4 do too much with this Orchid, but I think that's more a credit to Duza not giving Secret any undue opportunities. They've stayed pretty tight. The buddy system is in full effect here, and Secret not able to run over them like some people thought they might be able to.
You can always chalk it up to server issues and lag delays at the start, but fact of the matter is Secret should be able to still hold strong here after their early boost. That's what we're dancing with them. But yeah, no, they definitely are. Undershock gonna get scouted out. Takes out the wave. I guess he didn't see Zai, so Zai moves in on the back of a Yules setup, and there's that return Yules. But it doesn't matter. And even a dunk.
Great play from Zai there, though. Artur did not have it timed perfectly, but he comes in. He's got the totem, so no way Lena could do that double use like you were talking about.
I think Lena was just like blind. Like she was just blinded by the lane. Walked right past Zai without seeing him.
Now on the bottom, Christie in some trouble. Wraith King is level 11, so he does have an ultimate here. S4 brings him down the first time. Support is inbound. Kuro and Artur on their way down. And yeah, Wraith King definitely going to fall. His team smokes up to try and come rendezvous. And it won't happen. Blink Daggers aplenty. One on the Brewmaster now, and one on the Earthshaker.
Feels like Duza are just surprised by Secret being able to strike all over the place. Arteezy was just top lane helping take down Aftershock, and then quickly he's there bottom, making it happen. It's a testament to having still a couple of these Tier 1 towers to easily have access and TP to, and Duza just need to be able to get some picks or make a big fight happen for themselves and follow it up with some of the objectives. But it's going to be a while.
Has the completed mech. Now he goes point booster for the Ags, but he's got a ring of regen sitting at home. I wonder if he'll make a pit stop for the Force Staff, just to give his team a little extra mobility. Centaur army charging in. And now S4 DCs. Okay. Quality servers we've got here. I'm seeing the slideshow myself.
But they're gonna play on it. Looks like maybe they ran out of pause time or what, but yeah, I definitely see the blips, the hiccups.
Yeah,
yeesh.
I see him.
Well, we'll have to make do for now. It's Duza noon.
Spell steal now. Okay, look at the range on this though. It is just look how far back he can sit. It's actually ridiculous. That Aghanim's a Rubik. 2 seconds.
Huge range, ridiculously small cooldown.
Arteezy almost sandwiched mid, blinks out before Undershot can get off the Yules. Duza still grouped up, hunting around the jungle. They're staying alive because of this, but it's also limiting their farming. Weaver forced to go BKB as his first.
Ooh, Limbo going to be caught. Fissure sets it up. Jump forward from S4, who's back from his DC. But they don't get the kill. Oh, lag continues here.
Artur's laughing. He's like, yeah, that's a freebie.
Oh, and very unfortunate.
Axmo comes in, scouted out. Zoof right behind him. There is a level 2 dunk available on the Shaker to show off his Blink Dagger if need be. He TP's out. Meanwhile, S4 getting stalked by Axmo. So going on to Undershock. It looks like S4 should be able to clean up this kill. Yep, finds the Lina. Now on the other side, Courier flying in. That's a dire Courier. Never mind.
As for Arteezy, he gets the Yules mid lane, goes toe-to-toe here with the Wraith King, who does not have the ultimate up, needs 20 more seconds, unleashes the Requiem, big damage, but he's eating all that damage from the Death Ward. It's going to get canceled finally, but the damage has been done. Arteezy goes down, a 3-for-1 trade. Kuroki trying to get away, gets a rock to the back of the head here, and now Axmo should clean up, jump in, comes out from Zai, gets the stun, gets the kill.
And now on the other side of it, it's just Zoof that's alive. He goes back into Panda form after the split, and he will be the lone survivor. The Death Requiem from Arteezy doing a lot there, secures him a double kill. And you look at this recap, doesn't include the Lina, but still a decent gain for Team Secret. Another successful fight. They could look towards Roche off the back of that, but they have not scouted it out yet.
Radiant's middle tower is
I'm surprised. They managed to be able to push down both the mid-tier 1 and the bottom tier 1. Roche is definitely something that they could look to do here in the near future. In fact, it's pinged at this moment from Puppey, so it's definitely on the docket, as they could just simply keep the creep pressure here. Bottom lane is already pushed very far forward. They have a very nice aggressive ward to see if any movement from that bottom lane heads towards the Roche area. Same for the mid lane, they have that covered. It's just a matter of getting Arteezy back and alive, moving down there and getting the job done.
Yeah, checking in on item progression for both sides. The last big pickup Duza had was that Aghanims on Lina to upgrade the Laguna. Everyone else still working on their core setups here. Looks like the Brewmaster probably thinking about a BKB. BKB on the way for the Weaver, but still a couple hundred gold short from that recipe. Meanwhile, you've got a Scotty up on Artor. Force Staff on the way for Zai. S4 moving into a Bloodstone, it looks like, and actually almost has the Soul Booster. Secret finding a lot of item progression here.
I'm curious what Wraith King is saving up for. I don't know if it's a Midas to catch up, or a Blink Dagger for positioning, a Radiance to just all of a sudden become a core. It's going to be a Blink Dagger. So he's got the Blink.
Yeah, he's been farming okay, especially given that he's a support. He has a surprisingly high level, finding level 11 this early on. Well, he's been 11 for a while. When he found it, it was pretty good.
It's a nice thing when you're a Wraith King as a supporter or a Baden is that you have those kind of ultimates where you know you'll stay alive for the majority of a fight, so you'll be there when the kills happen and you'll be part of the XP.
You're almost never that first target on
yeah.
So
you know, other supports you get picked off early and then you never get any part of the XP pie, but Wraith King and Baden, these heroes, they definitely can.
Yeah, so it's a smoke from Secret around the Roche pit. Looks like they'll go for a pick-off before they try to move in and take the big boy himself. Chen creeps, leading the charge. Nice spread here. You've got a Thunderclap, you've got a Hoof Stomp, then you've got that damage aura from the Alpha Wolf. Not going to find what they're looking for. Secret will just start to back out and control their high ground around the pit. You see Duza all grouped up, playing very cautiously here. Shadow Fiend now DCs. What on earth?
Yeah, there's like frantic pings happening inside the base. Don't really know what's happening behind the closed doors of the Secret play right now, but trying to make the best of it here. Your tinfoils hats. Mid lane, they make the jump onto Lina. Immediate self-Yules. Undershot going to get pulled in here from the Vortex. Jump forward, and, well, Lina gets brought down. Axmo shows up. Blink in stun. Will connect on S4, but they kind of half commit for that, and now your Rayfire Blast is going to be stolen from Kuroki. So they end up giving a little bit more there after already losing their Lina.
Yeah, with Lina down, maybe Secret have some options in the Roche pit. BKB now picked up by the Weaver, but there's initiation down bottom. Zip forward right onto Zoop. He does have a split. Now the team will come in. S4 in some trouble, but we'll be able to zip around and make the best of it. The Death Ward doing a lot of damage. All heal from Chen. They're forced to retreat. The Witch Doctor getting some really key ultimates off this game. Was Kuro able to steal it? No, he was not.
Ooh, jump Kuroki, Rayfire Blast.
He steals the Death Ward. Can he live?
Oh, barely puts it down, but it's not going to be enough. They are starting to swarm past the tower. They get the Cyclone on the Puppey. Puppey, Rayfire Blast connects. Nowhere to go. Oh, hello.
The Kush Monster.
Jumps in, Fissure follow-up, takes Wraith King down, but it's just his first life. Now Zai's got nothing. Arteezy is back, not in the game, but his hero. Going to town right now, Requiem, and they can't quite follow it up.
Way overcommits for that. He dives into the tier 3 to try and get Puppey. S4 comes back and just destroys him. That was not the play from the Brewmaster there. Really wanted that Shen. And Puppey stays alive. That's a big gain for Team Secret. Utilizing the Shadow Fiend pretty well here. He's got 3,600 gold. If Arteezy's able to reconnect, he'll have a pretty penny to his name, and will continue to keep farming quite big.
Is he able to reconnect? Is he definitely in? Is it a disconnect bug, maybe? Or is...
It's hard to say. I mean, I wouldn't put it past these servers. It could be a graphical bug. Maybe he's here.
Yeah.
It's really hard to tell,
Yeah.
frankly.
I'm going to put on my tinfoil hat and say maybe people are trying to take advantage of the crazy odds favorite, and they're attacking Secret. Maybe if they're not there, I'll win this value bet of this 96-4 odds.
But I mean, it's not like it's a freebie. Dota 2 Lounge will cancel bets if there's tomfoolery about, or a series gets canceled, or there's some really strange lag walkover. It's not like it's a set in stone. Like, nope, I definitely get my rares. They have some judgment there for dealing with situations like that. The reason I would say I think Artur's not here is because he hasn't spent any gold yet. Maybe he's pulling it up for something big, but that's the telling key. You can't buy items for people when they're DC'd, so...
Yeah, it seems like maybe he's being controlled from his team to just farm in the jungle until he gets back.
And now Puppey's DC'd.
Oh,
he's closing in on the Aghanims. He's 100 gold away.
Shadowblade.
Secret, this is like the serious handicap here. How many DCs can you play with and still micro your team? I wish if
goodness.
only. What would it be like to be a fly in the wall on the Secret TeamSpeak server or whatever right now and just hear
probably a lot of anger and angst about having to muscle through this, which I understand their potential frustration with this issue, but there's only so much you could do from this perspective, and you got to make do.
They still have a 12,000 net worth lead, about a 14,000 experience lead, so still very far ahead. You mentioned that Shadowblade on Undershock. They move into the Roche pit. And I'm not sure that Cedar can contest this too easily with 2 dead. They might have to hand this Aegis over. Shadow Fiend reconnects. Quick, Arteezy, buy your items. Quick, but while you have a chance.
He's like, whoa, suddenly I'm 5k. Insta AC.
Okay, there we go. That's good, though. As long as you can keep cycling in and reconnecting, at least you can spend the gold. That is actually like a... Well, I can't believe we're discussing the DC meta right now of like how to get the most out of your DCs. Roche goes down to the Radiant though. Lena's the one to grab the Aegis. Well, steps in the right direction for this Radiant team.
Yeah, they get to walk away and get a bit of an extra purse right there and an extra life. And Secret, though, they have to deal with their connection issues. They're going to make the best of it. Long jump coming in from S4 on the mid lane. Instantly blows up and squishes the little bug. And now they look to open up here on the Undershock. Jump in. But now comes Zoof. Zoof moves forward. They get the kill. Laguna Blade helps it out as they end up trading 1 for 1.
All right, pretty good trade. Of course, you trade a support for a core, but that is a big streak going to Lena, who's already pretty damn farmed. She's... climbing up the ranks, still not really up to snuff with the Shadow Fiend, but she's getting there. Speaking of Shadow Fiend, you just have that Assault Cross now, and ooh, a double damage in the bottle.
Big grab for them. As they step back. Duza, though, they don't want to be picked off at this point. They should be comfortable with having the upper hand as they have the Aegis to work with now, but still have to be cautious not to kind of hand anything over for free, especially to S4 here, who is definitely on the prowl. But mid lane,
Kuro
stun.
in some trouble. Telekinesis on the Undershot. Can he still live here? Laguna up in 1 second. He actually doesn't have the mana.
Now he's got it. Now he's got it. Oh, now he doesn't.
Okay. Yeah, Lena's at that stage right now where she doesn't have a huge amount of int items, so mana is actually a big concern for her. The Laguna Blade takes nearly half of her mana pool. That's pretty harsh. There's going to be a secret sandwich down bottom, though. S4 needs to be careful. Tower goes down. It is denied by the Weaver. This cask has fallen him into oblivion here, but he TP's out. S4 knows his limits. Makes it out okay.
Back to base he goes, but they are able to at least finish off the Tier 2 tower. Nicely denied, though, from Duza. We'll leave one last outer tower there in the mid lane. You can kind of feel that Secret, with what time they got, they want to quickly pressure all fronts and just kind of quickly take the objectives, end this game when they can, get through this rut.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those games where you buckle down, you just try to make the best of it, stay positive, and do everything you can to take an edge and end this one sooner rather than later. I don't know. If Secret get upset here because of connection issues, there will certainly be some backlash. So it's not fun for anyone, but I don't know. This is a tough call. As we talked about, we're not the admins here. We're not quite privy to the behind-the-scenes discussion about what goes into the decision-making of, you know, a whole team having connection issues and what the official StarLadder rules are. So we're about as clued in as you guys are, just trying to make the best of this situation and make your 4v5 experience as entertaining as possible. Remember to keep all arms in the vehicle at all times.
Yep. Exits be located possibly behind you.
Undershock. He needs to find that exit sign. He's got the Shadow Blade, but still needs to be careful. Is there any detection on the Dart? They do have sentry wards, and there is a gem up on the Earthshaker. So Luna actually needs to be very, very careful.
So let's step back and wait for now. Secret do look to come together here. Do they have a smoke on hand possibly to kind of make something out of this? Doesn't look like it. They'll wait for now, but they got the items they've been waiting for here. I mean, Zai even
Except
Blink
the
and Force.
Puppy. They wish they could buy it. He wants it. Ugh.
Agnums would definitely be nice. If he can pop in, get it complete, at least this team can utilize it a bit effectively from even the fountain.
Well, see you later, Artur. Glad you can come by for a little while.
He's now out. Shadow Fiend on autopilot here, bottom lane, as he will push the lane down. Duza, I wonder if they see these DCs and they're like, we should go make the jump happen on him while we can.
He doesn't have a Blink Dagger, though, so he has to wrap around with the Shadow Blade. He's in a really odd spot here in the tree line.
Yeah, he can make it happen if they do show.
Does he have to LSA to get out of here?
Fiend.
Okay, there's a little path. There we go.
Oh, he moved forward, hopes of getting a hold of someone, but they are nearby.
I'm going to try to do a sandwich here. The Kush Monster.
They're moving past into a sneaky spot, which normally this could end up being big, but Secret are actually not there. They're completely on the other side, and it looks like they're just going to have to separate for now in what was an attempted smoke gank. They keep it here towards mid lane, and they'll start pushing the tempo there. S4 splits the top lane, and Zai and the Ghost of Arteezy going to make it work bottom lane.
I'm sure Zai controlling both of them down here in the bottom. Somebody's working on Puppy. There's some pressure on the tier 2 tower mid. Undershock, they get initiated on. But Axmo on his way in. They're going to go for Puppy, the DC'd one. He takes a Laguna to the face. Now Kuro initiated on. Primal Split comes out. They can't quite get in position for the stun. Does blink back to safety. Fisher helps break things up, but it's Secret. Playing a little bit of Rat Dodo here. Down bottom, it's Arteezy. Up top, it's S4. Trying to split their forces. 2 TPs home. And they will stop the push, but they lose their tier 2 in the mid lane. Secret certainly making the best of this.
Yeah, this is probably a taste rather of what's to come. If they're going to be dealing with possibly a 3 versus 5 kind of a get up, they will split as much as possible and force Duza to not be able to commit as 5, where they actually have an advantage in numbers in like these big team fights inside the base. They will just keep split pushing, as you saw there, forcing a couple of them to pull back, and then maybe they could pull back themselves and make their own big fight happen on where Duza were trying to make the push. But it's just theory crafting for now as they try to make the best of it here. 17-27, you know, Secrets still have their upper hand advantage.
14,000 net worth lead.
And it's been plateaued there for a little bit, but just based on the fact that they're dealing with a couple of men down, Duza could still obviously just take this game.
I feel like if Secret wins this game 3v5, game 2 should just be forfeit for winning with such a handicap. Like, not seriously, of course I'm being facetious here, but it's actually insane that Secret are holding on to such a ridiculous lead. It's plateaued at 12k. We'll hold that thought though as the fight breaks out. Limbo, Telekinesis first, they go on to Axmo. That'll force out his BKB. The cask bouncing around. Yules to try and buy S4 sometime. Limbo will TP out. S4 jumps to the wrong location. They can't punish this. Unfortunate.
Nice little cask.
AFK in the mid lane. They ping it out. Quick, bring him back to the base. Okay, shoo. Chen lives.
Oh. Yeah. Good little cast right there. Holds him back at the end. And, well, as Duza tries to make something happen towards the mid lane, they pull out a couple of rotations here to get them back. S4 makes his return along with Kuroki. They're anticipating a Duza push, but it's not there. Duza are just going to maybe play things a bit more slow. Pressure the lanes back the other way. Maybe look to finish a couple of tier 2 towers.
Oh, Undershock, stun on 3. Follows up, gets the kill on Earthshaker before going down. Kuro steals the Laguna Blade, eats through his mana pool, but
someone has to grab the gem. They do.
The kill.
They leave Puppy behind. Now they bring him in.
All right, Puppy, here's your new job. Carry that gem.
Well, Yule's on the Brew Illusion.
Okay, not going to be a kill there.
This is a disconnected. This is a disconnected Arteezy. So whoever's controlling him, it's S4 though, making the committed jump onto Limbo. Also dancing between Wraith King and Axmo and his Weaver. As far as like, this is too much. He gets the hell back. Meanwhile, they leave behind Arteezy, who they're trying to make work. Requiem's going to fly on out, but it's not going to be enough to do it. Now he's the one that's going to be used up and should go down thereafter. Great Fire Blast sets up the stun, and that's all she wrote. Arteezy goes down, ends up being a 2-for-1 trade all day. An advantage for Duza.
Well, you're starting to see the limitations of what 3 players can do with 5 heroes. Even at this caliber of play, you just can't focus. You just don't have enough brain power. And, well, Duza are starting to claw back in it here. You look at the graph, and that's a big upward swing getting some of these kills. Oh, I don't know what else to say here. There's only so much to analyze when you have 2 people.
Yep, they're getting Puppy.
Not in the game.
The ghost of Puppy goes down.
Yeah, they kill him. Congraties, I guess.
Congrats on your DC.
You killed an AFK Shed. Kenor Hype. Now S4 comes in. Duza getting cleaned up. 3v5. Lina comes back down. She's dead. Now Flo comes back to life, and they say reincarnate this, son. It's a 2-for-4. The DC characters were just bait all along. Oh, boy.
Oh, next level DC meta breaking out right here. Secret setting the standard for what you need to do, whether it's 3 versus 5, 5 versus 5, whatever it's got to be.
That's a near 5K net worth trade. Right back to where they were, baby.
Oh, yeah, they lose their DCers, but the 3 that remain in play get the job done and clean up. Duza lose everyone except their Weaver. They push it back. Hey, Roche is going to be up in just a moment. We'll see if a small clock time, that's the benefit of Secret. Hopefully they can quickly scout it out.
Perfectly, yeah. If they could scout this out, this would be amazing. They've got wards on the high ground on both sides. Great vision in this area. This is a free Roche, and I think this is Roche 3. We've been in this game for 41 minutes. I almost can't believe it. It's been going on for so long with the pauses. But this is Aegis and Cheese, and unfortunately for Secret, they won't scout it out. They'll not be able to seize this opportunity. Puppy is up to 2,300. Even if they could just get the... if he could connect for 2 seconds, buy the Ags, and then break his computer, that would help so much. They could just park Shen in the well, maybe get him level 16, and just spam out the ultimate. He's just a mobile fountain at that point.
Yeah. They just got to get him in so he can get that Agnes.
Yeah.
Get him in, get it to go, but I don't know. It doesn't look like it's happening at this point. They're not be able to DC now. There's clearly just something wrong. I don't want to say the D word, but
they're disconnected.
I've been through a couple of these in my days Iori casting, and I've had to wait many a time, and this is symptoms of something I've seen once before, unfortunately, and when the odds are this dramatic one side, people will do crazy things. S4 getting crazy, speaking of which, Bottom River tries to go for an isolation play, but the second that trouble comes, he gets the hell out of there.
All right, they scout out Roche, under shock in the Roche pit. He sees it coming. And, all right, they go for the Roshan. This is a big Roche. Secret. Do they even bother to contest it? It's looking like probably not.
I feel like at this point, Secret's like, let's just do what we can as far as defense. And if we'll get the most out of our DC players and then try to follow it up. And if we get the win, then, or if we win the fight, then great. But if not, then this is the hand we've been dealt, and we got to make the best of it.
Lina gets the Aegis here, so Duza with a sign of life as Secret continue to farm up. Cheese goes to the Weaver. Axmo still doesn't have too much in the way of items. Not except a Mantis style. We'll see a fight break out right in the mid here. Yule's up onto the Earthshaker. S4 doing as much damage as he can. In comes Arteezy. That's a Requiem. Brings down the Aegis. They've still got Flow in the front lines. There's Limbo in the back with a big Death Ward flying through. Puppy goes down. Now Arteezy gets Laguna'd and finished off. They take down the Aegis and the Reincarnation, but all 5 still alive for Duza as they move towards the high ground. And now the siege really begins. Buybacks available on the 2 DC'd heroes, but I don't think you can buy back for people when they're DC'd.
I don't think so either.
Weaver DC's now. All right, it's a 3-on-4. Maybe Secret.
Here we go.
Here we go. Right back the other way. Crab's coming on in. Another team fight's going to break out. Whoa, Zoopy tries to TP out. Another big dunk there from the Kush monster. They get the Lina. Limbo healing as best he can, but S4, he's got too much damage. He'll best the good doctor. He goes down. Reincarnation up in 20 seconds. I don't think he's going to last that long. Let's not kid ourselves. Christy Bam! Chris Christie style. Take it out.
I don't think they recognized that Axmo disconnected. The Weaver just casually did the DC walk back to Fountain that whole time, and then they just finally realized, like, oh, he's not here.
Oh, shit. Our Weaver's gone and we can't pause.
Oh,
Probably
boy.
should have passed that cheese to someone else. Oh, no. Now he's stuck with the cheese.
Oh,
That
man.
sucks.
For the cheese and 2K gold, as it will be farmed up even further, it looks like.
This is
Secret Team 3 task force here going against now the 4-hit-man squad of Duza, as this game just beginning. This is a hot mess.
This game is the definition of clown shoes.
This is just
Put
a
on
hot
your
mess.
clown shoes, get in that little car, and drive into Clown Town, because that is the capital city. This is like
It's Clown Shoes, a circus where the big top has like rusty poles that are caving in on each other.
it's like a circus that doesn't even have an elephant. It's not even a circus without an elephant. What is happening here?
Mommy, the animals don't look happy in those cages.
No, I feel bad for the elephants in the circus. They've got a shit life. And I'm getting the slideshow.
Yeah, we're getting the jitters here.
Great.
Oh God.
Quality.
Soon one of us will DC and we have to do a solo cast. It's just,
I was going to stream after this today, but see how this game is going. I don't even know if I want to. This has just demoralized me in Dota 2 for the day, I feel like. This is a hot mess of a server.
Oof. Woo.
So, Graph, yep, still pretty good for Secret.
Let's go back to the graph. When all else fails, you just look at the graph.
Things
That's
to
just
talk
how
about
it feels like. Oh, don't mind that the Dota's jumping around like little pictures here.
I mean, it's even worth analyzing this. Can we call in I feel like we need a third wheel codecaster here. Like we need the DC expert to give us the breakdown on. Okay, so when you're playing 3v5, what are you thinking? What's going through your mind? This is one thing I have not asked players about in my interviews, so I'm not really sure what. Now both teams are suffering through it, so it's. And
of all the heroes for Duza to lose,
Shadow Fiend's just invisible right now. Look at what is this shit? I'm getting the same stuff Puppy had.
Oh,
He's
on
not
me,
smoked.
I
What the hell?
on my monitor, I see the Shadow Fiend there.
The entire Dire team has disappeared for me.
Oh my God!
I can't even click on the minimap.
On my screen, S4 is transparent. He's not
Yeah,
but he's transparent.
Dude, I can't click on the minimap. It's not doing anything. What is this shit?
Did you lose sound too? No, sound.
It's trying as best it can. It's chugging.
Maybe you should just try.
Should
Oh
I
no,
just
he's back. No, he's back now. Oh.
I've got nothing. If I can't click on the minimap, there's no point in me even doing camera here. Let me just,
no one can pause. I wonder if everyone's playing with this lag right now.
let me just try to reconnect here.
Well, I'm watching from in the game. It's still a slideshow, but top lane, it's Undershock, does get stunned. It's Radio Dota happening at its best right here as Ush turns the corner. Undershock stuck in a corner. Tries to light strike Array himself out of here with the hands of Brew, but they end up taking each other out. The Lina falls, and so does S4. Kuroki's still here, dancing a bit alongside with Zai. It ends up being just a one-for-one trade. On the other side of the world, bottom lane,
we're back.
they're making it go with Arteezy. Arteezy tries to right-click Limbo, but he gets blown up under the hands of the Wraith King and the Brew. Limbo barely alive, makes it out and away, gets his BKB. Storm Spirit buys his boots of travel.
Okay, so we're back. Looks like that reconnect fixed all of my woes, but I don't really know.
Is it
what's
smooth
going on
for you?
here. Yeah, it's buttery smooth now. I can
it's
see all my
smooth for me
heroes
too.
again at least. That's good. So it's a 2-for-1, I guess. 2 cores for the Shadow Fiend. Is that what happened in that fight? Dude, the DC Arteezy almost has 400 CS. He's still farming pretty damn well. Oh, here we go. Initiation to the base. They find the Doctor. Dunk from Zai. Kuro sets it up, and all of a sudden you got a 4v2 on the field. And they move to the high ground.
4v1.5.
Yep. Bottom lane.
Yeah, they're moving in. Oh, Wraith King gonna get silenced up. Does have Reincarnate, so even taking him down is gonna take a lot of muscle power here. They're gonna be using the DC Axmo here. And
S4 is just making space, though. They're getting barracks up top. Secret might be able to do
God,
this.
like, how are they doing this?
Uh-oh. Christie comes in now. Axmo, the 2 defenders. Lina's up in about 5 seconds.
Split.
It's a stolen split from Kuro. That makes some space for the getaway vehicle, and he's just focusing the barracks. He's like, I came for this. I am getting this. I don't know if he has the damage here. Can Kuro do this?
He's trying, man. He's trying. He wants to get the one down the melee.
He's not going to get it.
Earth Spirit, lead me the way.
Oh, 7 HP. He gets it. Kuro. Now he's going to throw away his life, I think. If he can make the escape here. Stolen Laguna. Gives it to Lina. TP's away. Kuro, the madman, on the run when he gets caught by the Yules, and That's a deny. He just commits suicide.
Kill yourself.
Now
Uh-oh, S4
comes in. No reincarnation. That's a dead Wraith King.
Oh, my God. Inzai shows up. What the hell happened here?
Radiant's middle
All right, so they get the melee barracks. I think Secret on the road to victory here. They're still finding plays. The DC'd Weaver seems to be harboring Duza more than the 2 DC'd cores on Secret. I'm not going to lie. Weaver did not contribute much in that last fight. All right, denial on the tier 2 mid. We're out of outer towers for the Radiant.
Hey, Lamau. I don't know what else. This is just... Oh, my God. That's a Mjolnir picked up on your Storm Spirit. Bring it in the right click. Oh, jump bottom lane. Zoof could be in trouble. He's going to be able to BKB. Still has split as well. They couldn't get the split out. I'm sure that would have been a big
look
grab.
Who's
But
back. Artur Babayev. What's going on, guys?
He's like, I'm rich. Suddenly BKB.
Hey, look, BKB Butterfly, because why not?
Man.
Oh.
That actually... I think with Shadow Fiend coming back and Weaver being out, it's Secret who have the big advantage now.
It is. Now, a 4v4, I mean, Secret, they have slightly higher skilled players, I think, is a fair statement to make, and they seem to be doing well in terms of their ability to micro. Oh, we also got the HUD updated, too, so no more mountains. That's nice. That was the one good thing that's come from all these reconnects. We got the proper HUD.
Jesus.
We're really scraping the bottom of the barrel for positives at this point. Oh, my. You know.
Oh, see you later, RTZ. It was fun while you were here.
Glad to see Artur.
He's got a BKB now, at least, for his team to use.
I feel like he should have just bought the butterfly. I guess he was afraid he wouldn't make it to the secret shop in time, so getting what items he could up top. Limbo, he's going to be isolated, and he'll actually BKB off the Orchid. Does S4 have the damage? The Mjolnir giving him that attack speed, and okay, they pick him off, and that's a BKB charge down. That's a 10-second BKB also. Bad news for the Witch Doctor. Oh, Undershock. He gets dunked. Hit by a totem. Now putting the Yules. Can they get the Spirit Bomb?
Oh!
No, he BKBs it. Now the Kush Monster takes Laguna. Zoof's here. Oh, Arteezy. He's DC, but he gets the kill. Now goes on to Chris. He's in trouble. He goes down. Zoof. Silence. He's got an ultimate, but can he cast it? I say nay. A 3-for-1 in the mid lane. Soon to be a 1-for-4. Uh-oh, Flo. You might be Hart and Christie, but you're in some trouble. You don't have your reincarnation there, little buddy. And Duza with no buybacks available here. Weaver, he's reconnected and confused as to why his team is all dead.
Yeah, it's like, what the hell happened here? He's lost to everyone, and now they're high ground being pushed in. RTZ's back. He's like, hey, guys, thanks for the win. I'm going to go ahead and clear out the racks now.
It's like he comes back goes, oh, cool, I picked up a few more kills. Okay.
A few more kills. I can get a few more items. They clear out the racks mid lane. They'll get the 1 racks, and we're done here. Then that's Dota, folks.
You know, okay, Secret take game 1. I have to say, this is probably the most inappropriate game for a GG call. That was the furthest thing from a GG I've ever seen.
Yeah.
That was a bad game by every definition
From
I can
both
think
sides.
Of. For
that
everyone.
was just...
It was 3v4 for the good chunk of the mid game where the game really mattered. I mean, I have to say, hats off to the players for keeping their composure.
Yes.
No flame.